Hey guys, pleased to be with you. And just before we start, I'd like to say, in most of the conferences I've been to, the speaker in my situation almost always says he or she is standing between lunch and the audience. This always makes me laugh. I'm in the same situation today, however, I see myself differently. As I see myself today, I'm standing between darkness and light. Let's actually open a door for us, for light first and lunch thereafter. So please, let me have 20 minutes of your full time. And here I go. You know what? Just 3 weeks back, I was in Massachusetts Institute of Technology, also known as MIT, and I even spent 2 days there as well. MIT is the founder of Scratch, which you guys probably know, which is a programming tool. You can make any project, post it on Scratch, and what's even cooler is other people can also see your project and add on to it. If you guys don't know, I'm a preteen technology specialist at Workshop for Me. At Workshop for Me, we introduce children to problem solving through coding. Scratch is one of our biggest coding tools. So right now, you might be thinking, you're teaching students how to code. How did you learn to code? Well, when I was about 6, I saw my brother code and attend conferences and seminars, and I was like, hey, I want to do that. But that's not the only thing which drove me into it. One day in 2015, my mom and brother were going out somewhere. So I asked them, where are you going? And they said, we're speaking at the Women in Tech conference. So then I asked, why is Leo speaking? We're speaking at the Women in Tech conference. So then I asked, why is Leo speaking? He's not a woman in tech. If anything, I should be speaking. And then my mom told me, he may not be a woman in tech, but he is more in tech than you are. So then I got really mad at this point, and I thought, that's it. I'm buying myself a laptop and learning how to code right now, because next time, this is not happening with me. I don't like doing this. I want to speak in the Women in Tech conference. What? So that's another reason why I wanted to code. But what really got me into it is I had a conversation with my mom once, and I asked her, what can coding do? And she said, she actually mentioned a really long list of random stuff, but what caught my ear was it can change the world. You can solve problems of the world with coding. So I was like, I want to solve problems of the world. The world has problems. I want to solve them. I want to make an app. I want to solve this stuff. Let's do it. So that's how I actually really got into it. About 2 to 3 months later, I had proven to my mom that I can code myself and can help children code. I was also the main teacher at different events and not the co-facilitator anymore. After my mom saw that, then I officially became an official member of Workshop for Me. Yay! And guys, let me let you in on a little secret. Sometimes, when children are first entering, they feel shy. They're holding their mom or dad's hand, and they're a bit frightened to come in. And that's totally fine. Even I was like that at the beginning. So when they enter, the first thing we do is we settle them down in a homely atmosphere with relaxed settings. So I'm talking, instead of desks and chairs for each student, we have carpets, pillows, and cushions. We also always start off the class with an animated video related to technology. Then they start exploring on their own devices. After about 40 minutes, we give them juice, fruit, cookies, and water. Then they continue coding-related discussions. Often, after the first class itself, children come up and hug either my brother, mother, or me. In the next class, they don't come holding their mom or dad's hand, but come cheerfully skipping in through the door. Their mother usually tells us that they've been asking how many days till the next coding class. Okay, now let's talk about some challenges the preteens face. One challenge which preteens face is today's education and social system underestimating a child's capability. They often believe that children feel good to live in a world of princely dressed dolls, weird-looking and talking aliens, and superheroes saving the world from evil again. Believe me, none of my friends take any interest. To me, it's a waste of time. It's boring when there are far better creative opportunities available using technology tools of today, including Scratch. I really feel sad when I hear some parents saying they don't want their child to code because they think that their child isn't capable of coding and they think it's for grown-ups. I think that anyone can code. For example, one year at Workshop for Me, we ran a summer camp, and one of our students had dyslexia, or a learning disability, as per the normal term of society. But he didn't have any deficiency at all, as per my assessment. He turned out to code wonderfully, completely, as I thought, however, to the utter surprise of his parents. This will definitely be one of the most memorable moments of my coding career. Here are some screenshots of his project. He made a maze game which has different levels, and this is the first level, so the Scratch Cat has to get to the end of the level and then you pass the next level. It's rather good, really. Here's another example of a child getting into coding. Amy Mather was an 11-year-old, and her school had just brought in coding in their schedule. Later on, in a science festival, she actually got interested in coding. Now, she's 14, and she designs games, wrote her own software, and was named European Digital Girl of the Year 2013. She also speaks at industry events to encourage children into coding. She definitely inspires many. Okay, now let's go back to some challenges that preteens face. Our education system is designed to make children memorize whatever they read. Marks are awarded to students so when they can submit tests from their memory. Those who do it best are called brilliant and rewarded with certificates and gifts. On top of that, anyone who can't fit into this system of learning is termed as uneducated. In my eyes, a lot of my friends are brilliant, but considered a bad student. Making students memorize all of this is just like using only the hard drive or RAM of a computer and not the CPU or processor. I believe that memorization doesn't help, improve, or expand mental capabilities of a child. The only use for it is for factory workers. I believe in today's time, schools should incorporate problem solving and technology into their curriculum. They should encourage children to think out of the box, and they should get rewarded for that instead of doing what they're told. Here's a short snippet of a video I found which talks about the similar idea. Take a look.
There is a growing feeling today that something is wrong with our system of education. But what is it? Well, we send our children to school to prepare them for the real world, which is changing very, very fast. But our schools haven't changed much for hundreds of years. In fact, thought leaders from around the world agree that the current system of education was designed in the industrial age mainly to churn out factory workers. And this industrial age mentality of mass production and mass control still runs deep in schools. Industrial age values. We educate children by batches and govern their lives by ringing bells. All day long, students do nothing but follow instructions. Sit down. Take out your books. Turn to page 40. Solve problem number 3. Stop talking. At school, you're rewarded for doing exactly what you are told. These are industrial age values that were really important for factory workers. Their success depended on following instructions and doing exactly what they were told. But in today's world, how far can you get by simply following instructions? The modern world values people who can be creative, who can communicate their ideas and collaborate with others. But our children don't get a chance to develop such skills in a system that's based on industrial age values.
Think about it, guys. You're sending your children to school when all they really learn is to be like factory workers, do exactly what you're told. Believe me, it's not very fun. Today, a moment a student graduates, He or she believes that they are out of the education system for good. This thinking itself shows that they have not been groomed or well prepared by our education system. I think it's time that changes. In conclusion, I believe schools should focus on making children communicate effectively, work together with their surrounding environment, and to make learning a lifelong habit. I would like you all to make a promise for me today. Make me a promise that you will encourage a child instead of repeatedly telling them that they're a child and should better learn to behave like one and play with their toys. This statement really puts the mild behind the rest of it. Instead of telling your child to do what you say, tell them to explore and think out of the box. Instead of buying them any needless devices, please buy them their own device, which is 100% theirs, and they have the access to access technology and scratch and science with it. Please take a moment to make this promise. Thank you, and have a good lunch.